And the Blue Lock Chapter 311 leaks and spoilers are finally here. So if you guys like this type of content, please remember to hit that like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. So the chapter starts off with a scrimmage between the Blue Lock 11 players going against each other with Ego watching over it. It says, one day before the U20 World Cup, we are making final preparations for the first match. We are working hard to win. Sharpen your ego. Raichi, counter, go, go. Yuki, come on, make it 2-on-1. So guys, they're absolutely grinding their asses off just before this U20 World Cup, trying to see what can we do, last minute preparations, just going full throttle, 150%. Hiyori then passes all the way to Isagi with a brilliant cross where Isagi bears it with a W direct shot volley. Tagiri says, nice Isagi, I guess that was the end of the game to win it. Man, Isagi is really like, guys, when you really take it in, like, how far he's really come, bro. Like, look at him. He's really the starting striker now. When last time in the U20 game, this guy was only a cam, bro. Like, he's come a long way for sure. After his goal, Isagi is sitting there panting. He's like, one tempo too slow. Hiyori, right now your cross was just a bit too early. At the top world level, your cross would have been blocked. Hiyori says, okay, I get what you're saying, but doing everything all of a sudden is impossible. Hey man, it really puts into perspective right now that we're going to an entirely different level, and mediocre stuff, just like in real life, like if you're not perfect most of the times in these games, like that stuff is not going to happen. Like flukes rarely happen in real life, and that's what they got to get accustomed to. You got to be completely pinpoint accurate on everything you do, otherwise it's not going to work. Karasu then buds in by saying, you're asking too much, Isagi. He's still stiff before the match. Isagi replies with, huh? Isn't our goal to win? What's wrong with having an ideal to strive for? Don't go calling people stiff or saying dumb stuff like that, you idiot. Here he says, haha, well, maybe that's what makes him right, though. Karasu says, I'm not trying to be harsh. He then continues on by saying, I'm just sharing my opinion normally. Can't you say that in a bit more decent way, Isagi says. Karasu says, then don't act like we're playing half-assed, you idiot. Wow, Karasu and Isagi are literally beefing right now, and I don't know about you guys, but if I seen you guys in real life and we were reacting to this chapter, like I would literally be side-eyeing you, like, cause bro, we know all the Isagi villain theories going around. And man, hey man, I'm not gonna say I predicted it, but this is exactly what it looks like to me. Isagi then says, you, ... Aiku says, yeah, no fighting. Karasu says, shh. Hiyori says, whoa, they're really about to fight. Aiku says, keep your passion hot, but your communication cool. Got it? Isagi says, sorry. Karasu says, same, my bad. So there's still some chains holding down Isagi's true feelings, true emotions, like Aiku and other people that he actually respects. But hey, once we get into the heat of the moment of the U20 World Cup, I guarantee you Isagi's going to turn into the biggest dickhead we've probably seen in the entire series. Rin then walks past Isagi and says, don't get cocky, punk. Aren't you starting to think that you're already the center of the team and everything will go your way? Damn, Rin's on his ass already. Rin continues on by saying, do it after you win, you pretentious demon king. Burotsuda then hops in and says, sorry for bothering you. You're doing greater, my fellow moneymaker. Oh no, my gemstones of talent. Hey man, this is probably the time we're gonna get the 3 members revealed, bro. I'm excited. Bachira then says, the chairman. Ego says, what are you trying to do? I told you not to come to the site, didn't I? Burotsuda says, no, I have no intention of interfering with the soccer stuff. It's just a greeting. A greeting, boom, boom, hello, Blue Lock. Burotsuda then says, I just thought it'd be better to let them know about the deal we made. Knowing about it would boost their motivation too, right? I don't know what type of deal he's talking about. If he's talking about the deal about the 3 players and stuff, then sure, we already know about that. Burotsuda then turns to the Blue Lock players and says, the maximum players in the U20 World Cup is not 23, but 26. The remaining 3 slots are mine. That's it. One of these spots belong to Itoshi Sai. Okay, so obviously, so Itoshi Sai is one of the people on the team. Nagi is most likely going to be the other one. And the last guy, like I've been saying, I think is going to be Kira. I'm saying it right now before I've even seen the rest of the pages. It's going to be Kira. Gagamaru says, what? Nanase says, that's a lot of information. Rin says Itoshi Sai will play in the U20 World Cup, and he's looking furious. Like, he's looking shook. He's like, damn, like, I did not know my brother was going to play with me. What the hell? And then after that, Burotsuda says, well, due to his own wishes, Sai will only play in the knockouts. The remaining 2 slots are already chosen. Burotsuda then introduces the name of this project by saying Bluelock Japan, the final 2 spots survival selection. Bluelock Japan's last 2, Side B, begins. In this Side B, we'll gather around 300 players for a new Bluelock. We'll record and broadcast this heated battle on Bluelock TV, edit up, and fire up. Okay, so we're probably going to get to see this Side B thing. And man, how sick would it be to see an interaction between Nagi and Kira, bro? That would be absolutely sick, bro. Like, just imagine the two, like, super talented white-haired dudes inside the same vicinity. Kira completely driven by revenge with his new ego, probably, and Nagi's ego being refurbished. And maybe Nagi could possibly go down his own villain arc following Kira. You never know, man, but this is going to be sick. He then reveals the selection of players inside this 300-player thing, and Otoya says, "Isn't this just a ripoff?" Kira says, "It's full of idiots, just like the original Bluelock." Batra says, "As expected from Bluelock." Burutsu says, "I picked them myself, and now the members scheduled to participate are these guys." And we see Kira Ryunosuke in there. I told you guys, bro. I told you guys. And I know for sure that none of these randoms are going to get in. It's going to be Kira and Nagi and Hitoshi Sai. Perfect. Kaneshiro, this is perfect. I have hats off to you. Listen, a lot of people might not like Kira coming back, but I think in order for Bluelock to logically lose this U20 World Cup, as I think you're going to be foreshadowing and alluding to them losing it, I feel like they need a thorn at their side like Kira. And it's just going to add more like drama and like unpredictableness to the fucking story. So I think it'll be better. Burutsuda then says the 2 representatives of the Bluelock are thinking of turning the finals into a huge media event to broadcast worldwide. In other words, they're planning to stream the final as a massive news story along with the combined tournament. So I'm actually not sure if we're going to see this tournament or it's just going to be there. I really do hope that we see like the finals of this because I think it'll be so sick and it's like good downtime. Like there's downtime in Bluelock, but this will be good downtime before the major tournament. Burutsu then makes his grand exit by walking out. He says, "That's it. Good luck. Make big money." Then Isagi talks to Ego. He says, "Ego-san, are you planning on doing so? What will happen to Bluelock?" Ego then straight up tells Isagi, "Don't worry about such foolish emotions. The chairman only cares about gambling. I'm using that to make you stronger." Isagi says anyone who loses in Bluelock can never again become part of the Japanese national team. What about this rule? That's a good question, Isagi. That's what we were all wondering. Ego then keeps going on by saying, "So whether we use them or not, the decision doesn't belong to Burutsuda, but to me. Either way, if some unexpected troublemaker shows up, you guys won't get to choose whether they stay." Then Isagi says, "Then even Burutsuda's selection is part of the Bluelock system?" Ego says it's outside the plan, but some trash playing around. But yeah, think of it that way. And if we can't win the U20 World Cup, then none of this matters. Some crazy foreshadowing going on, guys. Some crazy foreshadowing going on right now. "I'll be expelled from the Bluelock project. My position is not really different than yours. I won't change my philosophy." We then get a sick close-up panel of Ego and he says, "To create the world's best striker, I'll risk everything. To make Japan win the World Cup until this ego comes back to life. Bluelock won't be handed over to anyone." Oh, Ego. You him, bro. But at the end of the day, I can't really fuck with you like that because of what you did to Nagi. But at the end of the day, hey, man, this is crazy foreshadowing, guys. Really peep this conversation because in the future, maybe 300 chapters down the line, this might not look so good for your boy. I'm just saying. Now then, for the first match against Nigeria, I'll announce the starters. Oh, we're already getting into this, bro. This is going to be so sick. I don't think you guys understand. We're going to the U20 World Cup next chapter, bro. Do you guys understand how crazy that is, bro? This arc has been built up for so long, and we're finally here. I cannot wait. The last 2 pages of the chapter show a packed stadium on the day of probably the game for the U20 World Cup. Or the day of the final selection. I'm not really sure, but I see a lot of shirts wearing Japanese shirts, so that's what I'm guessing. But the last panel of the chapter says Nagi comes back to Bluelock. 2 hours left before the opening of the U20 World Cup. Just a little longer until it begins. What will this mysterious silence lead to? And it shows a panel of Nagi walking into the stadium. Guys, how much are we going to get for this chapter? Wow, there was just so much for this chapter to like unpack. Kira coming back, Nagi coming back, Ego and Burotsuda's whole rivalry going on. What's going to happen to U20 World? Guys, this next arc is going to be absolutely crazy. But I want to know what you guys think. Down below in the comments, let me know, how do you feel about all these comebacks? Do you have a problem with bluelock stakes? You know, because as the series started, we were told exactly with KIRAS getting out that anyone can get cut. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the precedent and the tone that Kaneshiro set. Now it feels like all of that is kind of being reversed, and I completely understand if somebody doesn't like this, but at the same time, guys, we've been hypothesizing and foreshadowing and connecting all the dots to him coming back for a very, very long time. So at that point, I think it does make sense, but let me know, what do you guys think down below in the comments about Kira's return, about Nagi's return, about all these returns going on so far? But yeah, man, let me know if you guys like this type of content. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe. If you guys give me enough likes, I might, for the first time ever, actually review the real chapter with the panels when the actual chapter comes out. Let me know if you guys want me to do that down below in the comments. Like the video, share, and I might consider actually doing it because, you know what I'm saying, I think with these leaks, a lot of the translations be off some of the time, so I'm not really giving you the full picture, and I feel like there is a whole nother audience that only watches for the full chapter and not the leaks. So anyways, if you guys like this type of content, please remember to hit that like and subscribe. Without further ado, if you guys all have a great day, goodbye.